Hello, it is Topical Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. And what is topical? What's in the news here in the Phoenix area? It is that the Rolling Stones are in town. In fact, right now, they are playing on stage in the football arena where the Arizona football team plays in front of who knows how many tens of thousands of fans. The Stones are the longest ever running rock group. They've been together over 60 years. Mick Jagger, frontman extraordinaire, is over 80 years old, and they are still rocking it. They have a brand new album, first one out in like 18 years. And Mick Jagger is so much more than a musician. That's the business lesson today, is you as a business owner ought to be so much more than just a doer of your business. You ought to understand that you're a marketer of your business. You are the business person of your business, that you're not simply a doer, a tactician, the deliverer of the goods and services. Mick Jagger certainly understood that for a very early age. In fact, as a teenager, he attended the prestigious London School of Economics. And then he was really sharp enough to do the smart thing and drop out and get into the real world. Because attending college can be great, but finishing college is very rarely makes any sense at all. And Mick Jagger did a lot of great things. I mean, he wanted to improve as a frontman, as a performer. He went and attended James Brown shows and modeled his dance moves after the great James Brown. He talked to Lennon and McCartney from the Beatles about songwriting, became a much better songwriter. He's written virtually every Rolling Stones song, many hits over the years. Mick was in charge of all the business decision, all the contracts. He was the moving force behind the branding. I mean, the constant innovating. Stones in the disco days released a disco song. They released all different types of music. They recorded all over the world. One thing for sure, music industry chews bands up and spits them out. And here are the Rolling Stones, over 60 years going as a band. The aforementioned Beatles, of course, were together, I don't know, 8 or 9 years or something as recording artists. 5 decades more for the Rolling Stones and then some, and they're still touring as they're now in their 80s. Way to go, Mick Jagger. Other things he innovated, well, check it out, all kinds of things Mick Jagger is known for doing. You know, I had a story, if people don't know, I have a law degree. I went to law school, and back in the day, one of the lawyers I knew or that I was interning with or worked with, I don't remember who it was, but he said he was in on a business meeting. His firm was doing some kind of a deal with the Rolling Stones, and so he slinked his way, as a bunch of lawyers did, into the conference room, into the meeting, because they were all prepared. He told the story. He was all prepared to be starstruck as Mick Jagger came strutting in, the rock and roll sex symbol of all time. And he said, man, on one hand, I was totally disappointed. And on the other hand, I was totally impressed because Mick Jagger came in and you could not tell, other than the fact you knew he was Mick Jagger, that he was a rock and roller. He was all business. He was dead serious. He was sharper than anyone else in the room. He got right to the point. He pointed out some great things. He got the best in the negotiations, got the better of all the sharp lawyers in the room. He was in a sharp conservative business suit. He was all business, and I thought about it back then, and it stayed with me for over 4 decades now, that Mick Jagger, you would, I guess, think, you might think, if you weren't thinking too straight about it, that, man, he's a crazy rock and roller, like he goes crazy on the stage. But off the stage, consummate, brilliant business person. And that's sort of how you want to be in your business. I've always thought of it in the businesses I've owned and run and partnered with people over the years or supported as a consultant over the years, that the business is so much more than just, again, as I said earlier, the doing of the business. A plumber's not just a plumber or walks around into business meetings with a plumbing outfit on, the uniform with his name on the side and grunge all over it or whatever. Of course not. When he's doing business, he's all business. So hopefully you are the same in your business, that you are studying. You know, another thing I know that Mick Jagger is famous for is coordinating with the Beatles. Not only having them help him to write songs, but he's famous for, I don't know, famous if you study business, successful business people like Mick Jagger, he's well known among in the music industry for coordinating with the Beatles back in the 60s, asking them when their records were coming out because they didn't want to release theirs at the same time and be battling it out for what's the number one song or what's the number one album. Why do that? Why not coordinate and say, oh, you're releasing on these days, we'll release on this day? I mean, Mick Jagger. All business to the core, as you should be in your business, not just the doer. You can be well known as the great plumber, the great lawyer, the great doctor, the great chiropractor, the great heating and air guy, but you also want to be known as fantastic business person, like the great Mick Jagger, who is right now on the stage here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. That'll do it for Topical Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. Thanks for being here with me today or watching on the replay. And I'll be back with you tomorrow with some more business building tips about how to make money using the internet, because it'll be World Wide Web Wednesday. I'll catch you then. Over and out. Bye-bye.